Welcome to my meditation channel. This is Maurine Killough, and I lead weekly meditations to move into connection with the greater source that runs through all of us. We meet live every Monday for a deep meditation, which is recorded and uploaded to this channel. After each meditation, we share a powerful blessing-giving segment, also known as Diksha, and this segment is not recorded. All are welcome to join us live on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or listen online. Links to join are provided below. Thank you for subscribing. Please like and share freely. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 5th in our series of 7 on the throat chakra and that famous Bible quote of, "In the beginning, there was the Word." So this corresponds to the throat chakra. The throat chakra represents sound, rhythm, vibration, words, communication, even leading to telepathy, and even creativity. And I think as I was researching more and learning more about the throat chakra, and I've got 3 different resources, and as I've mentioned before, it's interesting. There are some big consistencies, of course, among how people talk about the characteristics of the various chakras, but there's also a lot of leeway and a lot of unique descriptions and characteristics of these chakras. And so I'll just kind of share a composite of all the different things that I've learned. But as I was reading one new resource just this morning, it occurred to me that the throat chakra seemed like to me that it was like the canary in the coal mine. And I say that because it's like the throat chakra reveals what's going on in the cave, in the deep. So what's going on with the other chakras and whether we're balanced in the other chakras and of course in the throat chakra too. It's going to be revealed. It's going to be revealed in your communication. And this includes writing even, your verbal style, the words that you choose, what you don't say, whether you're being deceptive or whether you're being honest and truthful. So there's a vibration to all of that. And what I meant by like canary in the coal mine is how you're going to express that out is going to be a real indicator of what's going on. So I would say it's like a diagnostic tool almost. And it's almost like as we're ascending up all of these chakras, the third chakra, of course, is really the first in the higher chakras. As we're ascending, they're more sophisticated, and the impact of that chakra is going to have more of an effect on your life and how it's being expressed in the outer world. So, having said that, let's back up just for a moment now, and I invite you to close your eyes and slow your breath down a bit. Breathe a little deeper. And before we focus on the throat chakra, let's get grounded in our first, second, third, and fourth before we move on. So I'll invite you now as you're breathing up and down your center channel, slowing your breath down a bit, breathing a little deeper. Just imagine a center channel. Just feel and see and experience that oxygen going up and down. Draw your awareness and your breath all the way down to your root chakra. Take a moment to feel gravity, to feel the weight of your root. This is your foundation. And a lot of love and appreciation to strengthen your foundation. The traditional color is red, but you may experience a different color or colors at that root. So just send your love and acceptance and knowing that you are worthy. You belong. Your safety was built in, it's hardwired, and you have a right to claim your protection and safety, your foundation and belongingness. Breathe into that. You are loved. You are wanted here on this earth, and you are wanted to do more than survive. You are wanted to thrive and prosper. So breathe into the strength of your foundation, clearing and balancing that energy center at the root of your body. Drawing your awareness up now to the sacral chakra. And once we have our foundation grounded and we feel safe and worthy and valued in the world, now we're free to have pleasure, and we're free to create ideas and to tap into creativity and sensual experiences. And this is your womb, even if you're a man. Just to see this beautiful energy center, and it's your womb. It's a safe, beautiful incubator, almost like a blossoming flower. And the color is orange. Of course, you may see other colors, and that's okay. And breathe into this sacral chakra. Just feel the safety of your womb, safety of being bundled in beautiful, comfortable place, that you are entitled to have pleasure, to have beautiful things around you, to feel beautiful, to appreciate beauty, to be an incubator for ideas, to be creative. Blossoming flower of a chakra at your second sacral. And so just breathe into that. feeling a lot of love and giving blessings to this beautiful place inside yourself. Drawing your awareness up to your third chakra at your solar plexus. And the color is yellow. And the image is like a big, beautiful yellow sun. And this is where, once you've got your grounding and your foundation and you've incubated your ideas, now this is where you can express them out. And this is where your inner world starts to really manifest in the outer world. So this is expression and ego and a sense of self. And just see that bright sunshine. Breathing into that third center chakra at your solar plexus. Clearing and cleansing and rebalancing it with your breath, sending it love. And now draw your attention up to the heart. The traditional color is green. And you may see more than one color here. You may see pink or gold or some other color that you really identify with, and that's beautiful. Just breathe into that beautiful heart of yours, to the wisdom, to the authenticity, and to the power of your heart. You were meant to come from your heart. You were meant to coordinate with your heart. Let your heart guide you intuitively. Your heart is pure at its essence. Feel your own heart qualities. You may identify with one or more qualities that are unique to you. Things like generosity, or being of service, or kindness, compassion. The list goes on and on. There are thousands of heart qualities, and just take a moment and acknowledge your unique qualities that you identify with. And it's a beautiful thing when you get in touch with that. And it's like the other chakras. It just opens that chakra like a flower blooming. And all of these chakras acting in concert together, flowing up and down, rainbow of colors. Seeing and feeling them balanced, healthy and resilient, and spinning vividly, vivaciously, and really supporting each other as we ascend now, coming up to your fifth energy center at your throat. The verb for this center is I speak. And the sound is hum. And the color is blue. You might imagine a crystalline blue, very beautiful blue. And when I picture this color for myself, I always imagine the word clarity. And the image, if you want to use one for this throat chakra, is the upside down triangle with the single point pointing down towards your heart. As I mentioned before, this is all about communication and creativity. And communication to the point of it being telepathy. And as we're ascending up these chakras, it's the vibration is becoming higher frequency. It's becoming more sophisticated. We're really ascending here in the throat chakra. I wanted to mention that the throat chakra governs the thyroid, the throat, of course, the thyroid, and even the ears, and even your arms, of course, your mouth, but your arms and your hands. And of course, if you think about this, it makes sense because our hands also communicate. We use them when we're talking, almost like sign language, and we also write. And that is communication. And the malfunctioning of the throat chakra can manifest in a neck ache or with flu. These are kind of the physical malfunctions. And in Ambika Waters' book that I've referred to during this series, one thing she brought up that I didn't read anywhere else is that unlike the other chakras, the throat is more exposed. And so she says it is really vulnerable. It's one of the most vulnerable chakras we have, and that it's easy to get blocks. And conversely, it's also easy to observe any blocks or dysfunctions, and this can be manifested in deceptive communication or tricky words people use, or whenever you've stumbled or maybe skirted around the truth. So it's just pretty noticeable when this chakra is blocked. Well, it's easy for us to discern it, and boy, don't you know it whenever you're saying something that isn't coming out right, whether you correct it or not, you know it. So this chakra is very vulnerable, and it can really, it's almost like a diagnostic tool, I would say, more than any of the other chakras. It's just naturally delicate. So it's important to keep this chakra in mind and to breathe into your throat, give it a lot of love, and to let the other chakras really funnel their strength up to it, and just to see that as an open conduit, free and flowing. The more that we hold on to feelings, and then we're blocking the pipeline. I'm thinking of the throat chakra like a pipeline. So when we're holding on to feelings, well, we're really blocking it. The more we hold on to feelings, the more congested the throat becomes. So the more we withhold, the more it gets blocked. Because the throat is the center for self-expression. That's what this chakra is for. You have a right to speak your truth. And you also have a obligation and responsibility to search and be clear about what your truth is, and for us not to buy into the ego mind's idea of what it wants for power or to be right, those kinds of things. We have a responsibility not only to speak our truth, but to really come into the heart and be honest about your own authenticity. And the throat chakra is the bridge between the heart and the head. So I'll move on to the archetypes. As I mentioned, the book by Ambika Waters, she gives archetypes to all of the chakras to help us understand the psychological behaviors that we can come to. So the 2 archetypes that Ambika Waters assigns to the throat chakra is communicator. So that's pretty plain to see. And what she assigns to the dysfunctional part of the throat chakra is silent child. So that's a really interesting thing, because we all have our inner child. And when have we been too timid to speak? When have we had our feelings all blocked up and didn't give ourselves the right to communicate? So the silent child would suppress feelings, perhaps. And the communicator, the healthy aspect of your throat chakra, would freely emote rather than suppress. The dysfunctional part of the throat chakra would second guess your own worthiness. And then, so again, would probably withhold and not speak, because if you're second guessing your worthiness, maybe you snap at a person or you don't talk at all. So the functional aspect of that would be that you fully acknowledge your own worthiness. And so as I go down these, the 2 characteristics of these 2 archetypes, it's not an all or nothing. I think we're always on a spectrum here, of acknowledging your worthiness, for example, or maybe a part of you still second guesses. So just kind of, as you listen to these, as I say them, just take a little inventory and see where you're at on that scale. So if you were the silent child, you would be, let's see, I can't read my own handwriting. What is it? Clouded in. Well, I guess I'll just say inarticulate. And or you may lash out. You might be clouded in how to articulate. That's what it says. You might be clouded in how to articulate something, or you may even withhold or lash out. That would be the dysfunctional side. And then the functional would be that you'd have a conscious connection, because you spend time considering. You've spent time in your heart. You've gotten grounded. You're not afraid to speak your truth. So you'd have a conscious connection. The dysfunctional side would withhold feelings, while the functional side would express yourself. The next opposite would be doubt, inner voice, as opposed to listening to your inner truth. Just notice where you are on that spectrum. One end would be feeling shame or allowing yourself to be shut down by others. And the other end of that would be that you would expect to be validated and you feel validated. The dysfunctional version of that throat chakra would be that you aren't present to hear others. And the functional would be that you listen and validate yourself, and that you can be an empathic listener. Silent child may blame others for inadequacies, whereas the communicator takes responsibility for feelings and what it says. It doesn't blame others. Strong enough to take responsibility. And you have to say, when have we ever lied or misled someone or been deceptive or even made up stories, as opposed to holding yourself to integrity? The dysfunctional part of your chakra may feel persecuted. Feel blame or make blame others. Whereas the functional part will get clear on the old narrative and release it. So breathe into your throat chakra and just give it some love and know this isn't about perfection. This is just about being free, giving yourself permission to be authentic, to let your heart chakra fuel some love up to that throat. Now, one of the best ways to clear any blocks is to face the hurts. And when we face the hurt and the narrative that we made up about a situation, we can do that in an honest way. We can begin to unclog this power center. It takes a lot of courage, but mostly it just takes the desire that you no longer want to live in that silent child dysfunction. And when we swallow our words, we are not living our truth. It's through self-love and the true desire to release the hurt that this chakra is empowered to transmute negative emotion into life-affirming, creative energy. As we unclog this chakra, it can be guided by the heart. And it can be empowered to tell its truth and to be valued by others, while also becoming a good listener as well as a good communicator. So that's some basic information. Now just take your time I invite you to imagine that upside down triangle and the color blue, and just sit gently with your throat chakra. Gently breathing into this sacred spot. Breathe slow and easy. And just imagine any stress evaporating out of your body as you sit in this beautiful blue power center. And bring your attention to your tongue, releasing your tongue. If there's any tension in your jaw, just imagine putting a little bit of space between your upper and lower teeth. Allow your breath to open your throat, relax your tongue, soften your hard palate. Feeling your vocal cords being rejuvenated by that beautiful blue color and with the breath. Let that beautiful blue color melt into the back of your throat and all the way seeping into your neck, rejuvenating your cervical spine and the muscles and the whole area. This blue color expanding out past your throat, left and right, forward and back, up and down. It's a beautiful clarity, crystal blue. It's the light of truth. And you were born with that beautiful blue still with you. You can empower it to revivify. Your truth is there. You have a right to speak your truth. You have a responsibility to speak kindly and responsibly as well. Feel the light of truth. Light of truth eases any fears you have about expressing yourself. And as I mentioned before, the throat chakra is a huge aspect of our creativity is there in the throat chakra. Sit in that beautiful creative expression of your truth, of your power, of your beauty. Imagine saying what you want in a kind, loving, wholesome, healthy way. Letting all the chakras beneath you ground you and let you feel grounded in what you want to say. That you say it with heart, you say it with foundation, you say it with confidence. So let's do some exercises to clear this chakra. And just to start, imagine that you could sit there in that blueness. Just put yourself there. Just sit in the throne of your throat chakra and the radiance of that crystalline blue. And I want you to imagine that you could see the most beautiful, radiant version of yourself right there in front of you, facing you, like a mirror, but just seeing what you are capable of, having a true resonant voice, clear expression, clarity in communication. This is your essence. So as you gaze at this version of yourself, say, I see my beauty and my worthiness. I love you. Let your words, whatever words that you choose to use as you gaze at the essence of yourself, if there's any pain between you, let your words heal that pain, soothe away sadness. And this process helps you melt away any obstacles between you and your highest, most authentic self and the essence, who your true voice is. So now imagine that part of you that you're looking out at that is your truest essence. Now let yourselves merge together. Let them just dissolve into you. And feel yourself stronger, more resonant, clearer. Now let's focus on communication with others and how that can cause blocks. So imagine someone who has hurt you in the past. Or maybe someone that you wanted to say something to but found it difficult to communicate your feelings. Or maybe someone who triggers you and you find yourself saying things that don't make you feel good. I want you to imagine that you could find your voice. Speak humbly, but with conviction. Say whatever you want to share with them about what you're feeling or what you wish you could say to them in your highest state, what you would really like to say and be clear. And you can run back over a situation and redo it here and now. That resets all of the energy attached to that past situation. Take a moment. See if you can permit yourself to say healing words to that person, or to say whatever you want to share. Find yourself with an open conduit, speaking simply, without drama, speaking your truth. And if there's an apology on your part, or what you're expecting from them, you can use the Ho'oponopono. Something like, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Imagine any blocks between you and another person, or any hardness that you have inside about them. Just let it dissolve and let it flow down the river. You don't need it. You can feel confident that you are assured you can stand in your truth and not even be attached to the outcome, but to just know that you have a right to your truth, to say it and then to move on. Release the attachment to any of these other people that you have brought in to clear up any obstacles or communication breakdowns, and just let that flow out and come back to your inverted pyramid with that shining blue crystalline light radiating down in the center of your throat. Just invite divine essence. The power and the light that created you is so pure, and it's there in that throat chakra. Allow it now to flow out from the very center of this chakra, like a golden dot in the very center, and allow it to expand out, just healing, revitalizing, replenishing, restoring your chakra to its original essence. Imagine and see yourself, that your words come easily and express your clearest thoughts and deepest feelings. Know that you have a right to speak up and that others do listen to you. You will be heard. Your heart will support you. Your words are now an expression of a deeper, more harmonious level of an awareness within you. So find some affirmations that you would like to pledge tonight for your throat chakra. I'll give you some examples and you can repeat them inwardly after I say them, or I'll give you some time for your own. I find it easier and easier to say what needs to be said for myself and for others to hear. I find it easier and easier to say what needs to be said for myself and for others to hear. And there's I think it's an old Buddhist saying, and I think this is a wonderful thing to kind of gauge of whether to say something or not. Sometimes we don't need to say something, so see if this fits for you, but imagine yourself being able to give yourself the check before you say something. First of all, is it necessary? And second of all, is it kind? So if it's necessary to say something, and you can say it in a kind way, these are a couple of principles you can use. I'm entitled to express my feelings. It's easy for me to speak my truth when I'm grounded in my heart. When I speak my truth clearly, I make it easy for people to reply to me truthfully from their heart. Communicating is such a beautiful, creative expression. My voice is powerful and reflects the depth of my inner being. As I speak my clearest truth with love, I am a conduit for divine essence. Creativity is my birthright. I speak from my heart. And so, as with all meditations, end with gratitude. Imagine yourself being truly appreciative, even of the conflicts you've gotten into, because we always learn something from these conflicts. So, bow to your teachers, bow to your guides, bow to the obstacles in your life and for those who challenge you. You are loved and you are love. No one can hurt you. You are free to speak your truth. So end your meditation with a lot of gratitude. And with every breath now, begin to melt out of your deep throat meditation and bring your awareness to the outer world, bringing back with you that beautiful crystalline blue, and bring it out from your inner world and bring it into the outer world. Connect to the outer world with this freedom, this confidence, this beautiful crystalline blue. And just feel the world around you. And feel your power, your empowerment. And take your time, letting every breath bring you back and back as you release all the good work you've done tonight on the throat chakra. You have the right to communicate. You have a beautiful way of communicating, and now you can allow it. What a beautiful expression of creativity that is. Whether you're speaking or singing or writing, talking. I'm saying hello to your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra. See that whole rainbow of colors, and just feel your physical body. Begin to come back and back, feeling the heaviness of your body in the chair, or wherever you're sitting. And begin to use your breath in a more energetic way, bringing yourself back. And take your time as we make the transition from our meditation to move in to the blessing giving segment of our night together. Namaste. Thank you for joining in on these free meditations. If you're interested in working with Maurine privately, learn more at headtoyourheart.com.